It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, here we are just flying through this week. Already made it to Hump Day, and around here, these parts, that mean it is Wrasteling Wednesday. We got some wrestling to talk about, John. We got a chance to go watch some wrestling.
We attended the KLFI TV taping at the New Hope Extreme Wrestling Rumble on the Line last Saturday night in downtown Texarkana, Arkansas.
If you can say had to go all the way to Texas to do it. Well, right there on the border anyway.
But I'm going to tell you now, I don't have to tell you, you was there, remember?
No, I was there.
9 good matches.
I was trying to remember later how many matches we actually
9 good matches. They wasn't a stinker in the bunch now.
No, you and I have talked about going over and watching New Hope Extreme Wrestling before. We saw them in Prescott. We saw them in Texarkana before. This was a loaded card. This is one of those, super cards where they tried to load up and they brought in some wrestlers from out of town, some wrestlers who participate in other wrestling organizations. I noticed they brought them in and all that kind of good stuff. And you're right, it was a super card. One thing that we had noted was some of their female wrestlers were kind of inexperienced and hadn't got a lot of matches under their belt. Well, they solved that, man. They brought in some champions for some other organizations, and they really put on some quality matches.
I'm going to tell you, there wasn't a stinkeroo in the bunch. Now, every match was good. We had a good, decent crowd. They had food trucks set up. They had a loaded concession stand. I took Pam's grandkids with me. We bought cotton candy. We bought drinks, good prices. They had, plenty of merchandise for sale, T-shirts, all sorts of things related to the wrestlers. I'm telling you, it's a growing organization, New Hope Extreme Wrestling, and I'm going to tell you now, it's building, it's growing. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get them here in Camden.
Oh, that'd be nice.
At some point during this calendar year.
Oh, yeah, that'd be actually great. You and I have been making some contacts and getting to know some of the fellas, some of the boys in the back and everything. Of course, we're talking about this great card. Starts off with a ladder match, a triple threat ladder match.
First match on the card.
I mean, you talk about coming out the gate strong.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a pretty good match. It actually was. First responder, who's got more experience on ladders than any of those other guys combined, ended up winning that one. That was very cool and everything. And they crowned a brand new TV champion at the end of the night, so that was pretty cool. That ended up being, what they have in there, about 6 guys all at one time?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not a triple threat match. That's not a 4-way match. I mean, I don't know what you would call that, but it was a lot of guys in the ring all wrestling at the same time, and it was pretty cool as well.
But we're going to keep hyping up New Hope Extreme Wrestling, and we're going to keep the public around here informed. They're in this area about every 3 weeks or so, maybe at least once a month. The Hope, Prescott, Texarkana area. Like I said, we are actively, Kelly and I, working on getting them to here to Camden at some point this year. We want to do, it's a fundraiser.
Yeah,
it's a nonprofit organization, and part of their proceeds will go to a charity.
Yeah, quite honestly, you and I have talked about this, and to try to explain it to anybody else, there's a lot of people, even in this community, they like to do some acting. They like theater, and this is like a little theater program. They're not in it for the money. It's all pretty much volunteer. And, it's not quite what you're going to see like if you watched it on television. There's not quite as much money spent on production value and all that. But they put on a quality night of entertainment. It's grassroots. I mean, it's right here. It feels local. I mean, it is right here in our southwest Arkansas region and everything. And so That's the real allure to it. If you like going and listen to local musicians play in a band, you like going and watching local actors do little theater or something like that, that's very much what this is in the vein of.
And all these guys are approachable.
Yes.
They're out there shaking hands, they're out there taking pictures, they're out there with the fans, with the kids. You know, during intermission, all the kids get up in the ring and jump. All of my grandkids was in there. We videoed them. It was an absolute fantastic night. Prices are reasonable. The concession stand's loaded. Very reasonable prices in the concession stand.
And honestly, if I'd known they were going to have all those food trucks and quality food trucks. I think we should have skipped Burger King. Not that I don't like my Burger King, but I think we should have skipped Burger King. We should have got food when we got there.
We'll do that next time.
There you go.
And I wouldn't be too surprised now, as I said, don't be too surprised to see them here in Camden sometime in between now and fall. And don't be too surprised to see them at Guest Fest next year, 2023.
Hey, there you go. Absolutely. That's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John here on Wrasteling Wednesday. But we do want to thank Sherwin-Williams House Paint for being one of our wonderful sponsors right here in Camden, 315 Jefferson Street, 836-8125. Call them for any of your paint needs.
And ProMed Ambulance. Give them good folks a call, 1-800-634-0436, and get signed up. Tell them Uncle John and Kelly sent you.
And the Prescott Raceway. You know, Jackie Lewis has all those great races going on each and every weekend down there. Bringing them in right and left all the time. Everybody knows where the Prescott Raceway is, right there at 5121 Highway 53 East. You know, you pass by it going into Prescott all the time. Give Jackie Lewis a call at 887-0336 or check out PrescottRaceway.net or check them out on Facebook. John, I guess we'll see you tomorrow, man.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.